Hey there, Sooner football fans. Meet your newest commit, three-star offensive lineman Daniel Akinkunmi from Loughborough, England, courtesy of the NFL Academy. Daniel, appreciate you joining us once again here to break down everything that went into the decision. And first things first, want to commend you for the video that took a lot of Sooner fans inside your official visit at Oklahoma. That was kind of a unique
Thank you.
perspective, man.
Yeah, a lot of people absolutely love the video. Like, I got a bunch of messages of people saying, "Thank you so much for posting the video. I've never seen a OV be done by Oklahoma before. I've never seen the coaches in this type of way." So it was great to see that something what I thought was so small was so big and meant a lot to a lot of people.
That's cool, man. Well, obviously, another thing that means a lot to Sooner fans everywhere is your commitment to Oklahoma. Official as of today, obviously, let the staff know at the end of the official visit that you were going to be coming, going to be announcing on the 12th of October, and here it is. But, man, first things first. I want to leave this pretty broad because I want you to be able to take it whatever direction you want to. But I remember doing an interview with you about a month and a half ago, shortly before the official visit to Oklahoma. And you had all these grand plans for official visits here and there and everywhere in the month of September, and uh, planning on a timeline that would carry your recruitment at least into October, maybe November. And yet that all changed when you showed up to the University of Oklahoma. So what was it about OU that made you decide immediately, right off the bat, without needing to see any more schools, okay, this is home for me?
I feel like the first day was a bit of a rocky start. Wasn't really sure if I was feeling it or not. The second day was a very big difference. I think the main thing for me was watching film with Coach Beanable and watching the game. So watching the game, like the team has changed so much. Like just to see that in person, like the defense, offense, the way how effective they are, just amazing. It was just amazing to see it. They were just operating so far, so quick compared to last year. And just really showed me how much Coach Venables has changed the program. Then after the game, I was in the locker room with all the players getting hyped. But after Coach Beanable came back from him having a shower and getting ready and stuff, we went to go and watch the film. We went to go and watch the whole game. I felt like that experience was one of the biggest factors of me committing to see Coach Beanable go through film, and the passion and the detail he goes through film is insane. Like, I've never seen it before. He was watching film and he was just seeing the most smallest details what was wrong and complaining about them, sighing. Like, I'm talking, they're taking one tiny wrong step with their foot, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And just to see that and see how detailed he is just shows why he's just been such a great coach. Because when you can see those details and you're that passionate about football, you learn a lot, and you learn to just make sure you're efficient all the time. And I feel like that's what he's done with a lot of guys in Central League. He's made sure they're prepared, ready, and are efficient when they go to the league.
Well, man, obviously, in your time at Oklahoma, first trip to the Sooner State, your one experience that you've had thus far at your future college campus, what stood out to you about Sooner Nation, especially your game day experience? Just how much people in and around Oklahoma care about the Sooners.
Yeah. First of all, I actually didn't know Oklahoma did not have, or Norman didn't have a professional team. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why their fan base is so amazing, so good. Because you guys don't have a team to support. So all you guys have is a University of Oklahoma to support and be behind. The fans are amazing. Like, I can't even explain it. I got off the airport from Oklahoma State, and I had people recognize me saying, "Oh my God, are you the guy from the UK? He's on his visit. Enjoy your visit. Go and have fun." Just to have that is crazy. From walking around on my visits, going to have canes in College Center. What's crazy? Like, I had a bunch of people saying, "Oh my God, are you the kid from the UK? Can you take a picture of my son?" It was amazing to see. Then from going to the game, walking out of the stadium, kids asking me to sign footballs, as you can see in my video. People asking for pictures whilst me watching the game. It was, the fan base is something special. I will say that. and the love they showed is amazing. Like I know I'll be protected from fans. If something happens, the fans have my back.
There you go, man. Well, your mom took the visit with you. What stood out to her? What did she love about? Because obviously, you're an only child. She's sending you off thousands of miles away down the line to your college of choice. And what was it about Oklahoma that made her feel comfortable saying, okay, this is somewhere I can trust Daniel with?
I feel like the crime rate was very low compared to some of the other schools I was considering. The fact it was a college town to say was a very big factor for my mom. She knew it was not a small town, but she knew it was a close community. Everyone knew everyone. Everyone knows about Oklahoma, and all the fans are going to do what they can to protect the guys who play football to help them win games. You know what I mean? I felt like going through the building, face scans to fingerprints, that really helps her as well. To Coach Beanable saying the reason he hasn't left Oklahoma and Norman is because he loves Norman. I feel like that's something what really sat in with my mum for a coach to stay there and decline multiple offers to probably play to coach in the NFL or to coach or to get more money to say, and him to stay in Norman just because he likes Norman, he likes how safe it is, he likes his family loves being in Norman. Really sat with my mum to know that she was over the moon.
Yeah, meeting some of the other recruits and getting to watch the game alongside them. Who were some of your peers that weekend at Oklahoma that you really found yourself connecting with?
Danny Okoye was the person I was on my visit with. Obviously, Danny couldn't say all in his interviews because I haven't committed yet and my announcement hasn't come. But me and Danny actually committed at the same time at Coach Venable's house. So Coach Venable gave us a speech, and Coach Schaefer, and me and Danny looked at each other like, that's the most realest thing we've heard in out of our whole recruit journey. Like the way Coach Venables and Coach Schaefer was talking. Coach Schaefer gave a story of his wife who was born and bred, lived in Clemson. Her whole family was in Clemson. And he said the story of how his wife said yes to going to Oklahoma and Norman straight away as soon as she heard that Coach Venables was the head coach because she knew how much Coach Venables changed him as a person, as a man. Overall, like I feel like something like that has just never been said to me. And we felt like it was so real. So Daniel was actually the first to commit. So he had a conversation with his mum beforehand, before he entered the building. So I think he already made his decision before he entered the building.
Uh-huh.
So after Danny committed and handed in his chip, me and my mum wanted to go and have a conversation in the back. We had a couple words, like probably 5-10 minutes conversation. We come back in and I look at Coach Venables in the eyes and like, Coach, I'm ready to rock with you. I'm ready to ride and die for this team. And I handed in my chip. I committed on the spot right there and then. Everyone's happy over the moon. I feel like a lot of people didn't expect me to commit on the spot purely because of everything was being planned out of me going to visit after visit after visit and then making my decision. I'll be honest myself, I was not expecting it. But when you see something like that, you just can't waste time. When you see opportunity and see a culture staff what does things so well, what's the point of wasting time and going on many different visits when you can just start focusing and honing in on where you want to go?
That's a good perspective, man. And as you've gotten the chance to watch Oklahoma and keep up with Oklahoma football thus far this season, because your official visit was at the season opener. Oklahoma was fresh off year one under Coach Venables, where they'd kind of had some ups and downs. The final record was 6-7. Watching them start as hot as they have, roll out to this 6-0 record, knock off third-ranked Texas this past weekend. How much does that solidify in your mind the reality that, okay, this was a decision that I believed in, and everything that I'm seeing from this football team this fall confirms it?
Yeah, I could just tell from talking to the players. Like the players personally were all like they just want to win. They're tired of all the conversations and all the media saying this and that. They just want to go out there and show who they are. And I feel like this year, the biggest change was none of the players were talking about, oh, I came here because I'm trying to go to the league. All the players are there to try and win in the moment. They're trying to win natties. They're trying to win championships in the moment. They're trying to live the experience in that moment. And I feel like that's something special. Like a lot of teams you go to, a lot of the players will be there and say like, I want to go to the league. I'm trying to go stay here for free and get out and leave. Obviously, that's great and whatever. But with this team, I just felt like it came so natural to them. They just wanted to win. And if they had the opportunity to go to the league, to go to the draft, then they did. But it was not a key factor, and it was not just like they were only there to get drafted and leave the team. They were there to be a family, win games, win natties. And I feel like that mentality is something that will change the team. Like just from them seeing, like from them winning that Texas game, I was there watching the whole entire game. I've been committed for a while now, but obviously it's been silent. So
Yes.
I was there watching the whole game and I saw them win. I was there. So I saw Danny Koya's post actually of him yelling, shouting, screaming after they won. And I was like, oh, I want to do the same thing, but I'm not publicly committed yet. But obviously the news is out now, but I was over the moon. But just to see that efficiency of offense was amazing. Like you can tell they rep that out in practice, those type of situations all the time. For them to have 2 minutes and scoring like I think it was within 30 or 40 seconds was crazy. They threw a bomb over the top. Another play. That's scored a touchdown. So I feel like the offense and the coaching staff and the whole team in general is just in such a sync that it's going to start to get to a point where it's going to be unbreakable. And this turns into something really special and starts to become a national champion winning team. And I really do believe that.
Certainly. Now, what do you think above all else gets you most excited to be a part of the Oklahoma family? What's the one thing that you feel like as you prepare to be a Sooner kind of gets your heart racing the most?
I feel like one thing is I've been told I have a very high chance of me starting my first year. And that was one of my big goals, to come in and prove myself and show that I can play football. I understand the game, because I feel like that's one thing a lot of people don't think I have. But I understand football. I'm coming in to be a true freshman, to be a leader, and to be a big impact straight away. I ain't coming to play around, mess around, and be on the bench for a couple of years. I'm coming in to play and start. So to hear that from the coaches of saying, be ready because you're probably going to get a chance of starting your first year was amazing to me. Like just to hear that from the coaches just show they believe in me and believe in my ability and believe in my talent.
Yeah. And one thing that is always the case at Oklahoma, and you saw it just this past weekend, doesn't matter how old you are, if you can play, you're going to get opportunities. Caden Green, as a true freshman, ended up playing most of the game at left guard for Oklahoma in the Red River Showdown and dominated against a very strong Texas defensive tackle in Tavondre Sweat. So again, as a freshman, if you've got the tools, you've got the ability, Oklahoma will find a way to get you on the field. Now, man, last thing for you. What kind of player, what type of person is Oklahoma getting in Daniel Akinkunmi, in your own words?
In my own words, they're getting a dedicated, motivated, passionate leader who wants to come and impact the team. I'm coming in to help this team win championships and win natties. We going into SEC, the biggest and baddest, like everyone likes to call it. They're the best conference in college football. But what I can say and what I know, we're coming. We're coming to dominate the SEC.
There you go, folks. Daniel Akinkunmi, 3-star offensive tackle and the #1 player from across the pond in the UK. Daniel, thanks so much for your time, man. Always great to talk with you. Congratulations on the commitment.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you for having me.